What's sad about the whole situation is we have people that's trying to score political points. You know, they want to continue to talk about our constitutional rights rather than talking about the person that did the shooting. You know, I think that's what we need to get into. We need to get into what happened to him, why, by putting money in mental health. Have people thought about that? We got to get back into prayer. People thinking now I'm praying it's bad. No, it's not bad. We need to pray for things like that. We need to continue to go out and fight for it. We continue to want to take your constitutional rights away, and I think we can't do that.
Newly Republican candidate for Senate down in Georgia, Herschel Walker, is trying to meander his way through the regular Republican talking points when it comes to pushing this whole thing down the road after every mass shooting. Mental illness, how you gonna implement that again? Our problem is we got mental health issues. How you gonna implement that? You're running for office, you're running for Senate. You're not running for Congress, which is the lesser. You're running for Senate. How you gonna do it? How are you gonna do it? Also, prayer. You can implement that. We did say the same thing about Ron Johnson. So he's going through all the talking points, which mean nothing, and he has trouble getting through these. He has more of it though, because it makes even less sense. Watch.
What we need to do is look into the person that did the shooting. The same thing that's happened, whether it was in Texas, in New York, in Chicago, the thing happened in Buffalo. You know, people see that it's a person wielding that weapon. You know, Cain killed Abel. And that's the problem that we have. And I said, what we need to do is look into how we can stop those things. You know, he talked about doing a disinformation. What about getting a department that can look at young men that's looking at women, that's looking at just social media? What about doing that, looking into things like that, and we can stop that way? But yet they want to just continue to talk about taking away your constitutional rights. And I think there's more things we need to look into. This has been happening for years, and the way we stop it by putting money into the mental health field, by putting money into other departments rather than departments that want to take away your rights.
Which departments, Herschel? We're gonna put money in the mental health field. Where? Which one? This federal one? One state by state? How are you gonna do that? Just talk about Georgia then, Herschel. Where are these plans? He's talking about all these things we gotta do. We gotta get this department to look at men looking at women online. David, did you know what the hell he's talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, maybe he's talking about bullying or harassment. And look, I on some of the stuff, I think, you know, on its own, I would agree, sure. We wanna stop bullying, we wanna stop harassment, we wanna stop sexual abuse. We wanna stop people from being online as much, and we wanna pour money into mental health. Yes, of course. So if you're Fox and Friends, then you ask, will Herschel Walker, Governor Abbott, cut $200 million from mental health programs in Texas at the same time he was loosening gun laws? That was a mistake, wasn't it? And then you get Herschel Walker pitted against Abbott if he's willing to do that, and suddenly we can have a real discussion among Republicans. Do you support mental health or not? And Governor Abbott doesn't support mental health services. Does Herschel Walker think, yeah, that money should have been used in mental health? Fine, but at least we're having a real discussion that gets at to what they perceive as the problem. I would think that mental health is only a piece of this, but still that would be progress if Republicans are actually having a real substantive conversation about mental health and programs and which department should be responsible.
Yep, it's a way to expose them, at least if nothing else. No, do it earnestly. This is why people like David Schuster, they won't talk to him, because he'll ask that very simple, straightforward question. So how, what are we gonna do? Put it together, and then your colleague says the opposite. Do you agree or disagree with him? It's a yes or no, 100% easy question to answer. And unless you're playing politics, you can answer it honestly because you have principles, and it's not about the party, it's actually about these murdered children. Just because it's fun, sometimes. Herschel Walker earlier this week, this was separate from that particular stupid interview, but he also had other incoherent things to say or not say about the gun issue as he ran off. Watch.
Hey, Bonner Roger with CNN. I know. Do you support any new gun laws in the wake of this Texas shooting?
Do what now?
Do you support new gun laws in the wake of this Texas shooting?
What I like to do is see it and everything and stuff. I like to see it and everything.
A favorite New Jersey?
Thank you.
No, what he's saying is, gun. No one has told me what I'm supposed to say yet. All I know is one thing they did tell me is say you got a gun.